Good day, sir. Good day, classmates. I am Jenny Rose M. Alvarez. I am 19 years old. I graduated at Lamoury Colleges taking Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, and I am the reporter of Region 7. And Region 7, or designated as Central Visayas, it is the smallest region with a total land area of 1.49 million hectares. And as of 2020, the population of Region 7 is 8 million, and this speaks mainly Cebuano, Ilonggo, Boholano, but most of them can speak Tagalog and English. And in Region 7, we have 4 provinces. The first one is Bohol, the second one is Cebu, the next is Negros Oriental, and the last is Siquijor. And the first province that I will be discussed is Cebu, and the capital of Cebu is Tagbilaran City, and their area and location. The province of Bohol is situated as the heart of Central Visayas. It is composed of the large island, numerous small islets with a total land area of 4,117 square kilometers, bounded by the Camotes Sea on the north, Carigao Channel and Southern Leyte on the east, the Mindanao Sea on the south, and the Bohol Strait and Cebu on the west. Geographic profile: Bohol's terrain is rolling and hilly. Its interior is generally flat but dotted with numerous hills, popularly known as Chocolate Hills. Mountain dips with a deep gills and gorges that slope abruptly towards the sea are located at the south of the main island. How to get there? The province of Bohol is accessible by air from Manila and Cebu. Entry point is in Tagbilaran City. Ships and large boats from ports of Manila, Cebu, Larena, and Siquijor, Cagayan de Oro, and Dumaguete City and Negros Oriental also dock in Tagbilaran. Fast ferries from Cebu are the usual form of travel to the province. And the first tourist spots in Bohol is the Balikasag Island. Balikasag is one of the most famous tourist destinations in the province. It is ideal for water sports such as swimming and diving. The next is the Blood Compact Site and Marker. Here is the site of the Blood Compact between Dato Sikatuna and Don Miguel Lopez de Legazpi on March 16, 1565. Considered the first treaty of friendship between the Philippines and Spain. When we say treaty of friendship, it close ties between countries. The next is the Bonacon Island, Getafe. The island is the largest mangrove area in the province of Bohol and also serves as spawning ground for fishes. It is ideal for bird and seahorse watching. The Chocolate Hills. We are familiar with these tourist spots. It is approximately 1,268 of these cone-shaped hills stand side by side on a wide expanse of land stretching as far as the eye can see. On one of these hills, these are 2 youth hostels with conference rooms and cozy cottages. Siya ay tinawag na Chocolate Hills because of its color. The next is the Lubbock River. A motorized pump boat takes tourists on a serene yet exciting ride down the palm-fringed banks of the Lubbock River. The ride starts at Luway Bridge and ends at Tontonon Falls, where the cascading waters provide a relaxing bathing experience. If you want to relax, if you need a peace of mind, Lubbock River is a perfect catch for you. The next is the Mag-Aso Falls. The falls, situated in the midst of the forest, form a deep natural pool. Mag-Aso Falls is one of the most popular excursion sites among the local residents. When we say excursion sites, is a trip by a group of people usually made for leisure education and physical purposes. The next is the Panglao Island. Panglao Island is the major tourist site where most of the beach resorts in the province are located. In Bohol, there are many islands, but Panglao Island is the one of the most beautiful island in that province. The next is the Raha Sikatuna National Park. These forests are home of the tarsier and flying lemur, as well as several species of birds, particularly hawks such as the cirrus, pita, and Brahminy kite. The Lugarita Spring Pool is also located in this area, home of the tarsier. The Sandugo Festival. The festival held every March 16 features an agro-industrial field, cultural and historical exhibits, sports events, a beauty pageant, balls, and dances, entertainment shows, and street dancing, culminating in a reenactment of the Sandugo or Blood Compact between Datu Sikatuna and Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. And Sandugo Festival, it commemorates the Treaty of Friendship and it may connect siya dun sa Blood Compact site. And there's some famous delicacies is the calamay, peanut kisses, the third one is tablea, and the fourth one is ube kinampay polvoron. And the next province that I will be discussed is Cebu, and the capital of Cebu is Cebu City. Cebu in Central Visayas is the center of the Philippines archipelago. It is bounded on the north by the Visayan Sea on the east, by Camotes Sea on the west, by Tanin Strait, and on the southeast by the Buhu Strait. The province has a total land area of 5,880,040 square kilometers and a total population of 980,070 people. And the next is the geographic profile. The province is narrow strip of land about 200 km long from the north to south and 41 kilometers as it widens. It has a backbone of rugged mountains rising to 1,013 kilometers in the center. Narrow plains can be found along the island's coastline. About 166 smaller islands surround the main islands of Cebu. And how to get there? Several shipping lines have services to this province from Manila, as well as provinces in the Visayas and Mindanao region. Commercial airlines have daily flights going to Cebu via Mactan International Airport. There are also a number of international flights going to Cebu. So, hindi tayo masyadong mahihirapan kung gusto nating mamasyal sa Cebu kasi marami na pwedeng choices para makapunta doon. And Cebu, ang Cebu ang isa sa pinakamaraming tourist spots in the Philippines. And there's some tourist spots is the first one is the Argao. Argao is one of the most frequented tourist destinations in Cebu because of its white sand beaches and dive sites. Most of the Filipinos love white sand beaches, so Argao Island is perfect catch. The next is the Argao Fortress Church. All that remains of this elaborately decorated 19th century fortress church are ancient town gates that are in state despair. The seaward wall now hemmed by houses and the rest of the fortifications which have been partially ruined. Siya ay church na nasira na pero siya ay inayos lang. At kung ikaw yung tipo ng tao na mahilig sa yung magpunta sa ibang churches, Argao Fortress Church, the Aznar Alfonso Collection. Dr. Lydia Aznar Alfonso Collection includes pieces of lovely period furniture, antique jewelry, santos, and authentic grave goods from various archaeological digs in Ireland. The Basilica Minor del Santo Niño. This church was built by Miguel Lopez de Legazpi and Father Andres Urdaneta on the site where the image of Santo Niño was found in the 1565. The original structure, however, was destroyed by fire on November 1, 1568. The church was rebuilt in 1602. Katulad ng isang churches kanina, siya ay nirebuilt na din. The Beverly Hills, a scenic subdivision on Lahog Hills, which commands a breathtaking view of the entire city. Doon mo, pag ikaw ay nandyan sa hills na yan, parang makikita mo yung buong view. The next is the Olango Island, a haven of birds, particularly migratory shorebirds that breed in Siberia. The Boljun Watchtower. The watchtower is stuck in the crook of two tall limestone mountains on a valley enough for a town, but narrow enough to defend all artillery positioned on the mountain slopes. The next is one of the most beautiful museum in Cebu, the Casa Gorordo Museum. Originally the house of the first Filipino bishop of Cebu, this museum offers a peek into Filipino lifestyle during the period between 1860 and 1920. The place is open from Mondays to Saturdays. The next is the Colon Street. Also known as the Parent Street, Colon Street lies at the heart of downtown Cebu. It is the oldest street in the Philippines, built by the Spaniards during the time of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. The next is Fort San Pedro. Lagi natin ding narinig yung Fort San Pedro. This is the smallest and oldest tri-bastion fort in the country. It serves as the nucleus of the first Spanish settlement in the Philippines. The next is Fuente Osmeña. Yung park na yun ay kinuha sa pangalan ni Sergio Osmeña. It has a beautiful fountain in the middle and a skating rink on one side. It was named after Cebu's grand old man, the late President Sergio Osmeña. Guitar factories. It is interesting to note that the raw materials used to make the high-grade guitars from the district are found nowhere in the island, have to be shipped in Mindanao. One of the guitar factories can be found in Cebu. Heavenly Temple of Charity. This image is considered the oldest relic in the Philippines. It was given by Magellan to Queen Juana as a baptismal gift on April 14, 1521 and brought to the Philippines 44 years later on April 27, 1565 by Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Lapu-Lapu Management, Punta Engano. This monument stands at the site of the battle between Lapu-Lapu and Magellan, which occurred on April 27, 1521. It depicts Lapu-Lapu holding a bolo on one hand and a pestle in the other, both of which he was supposed to have used during battle. The Mactan Island, one of the most beautiful islands. This is a must-see destination in Cebu. Beach resorts that rival the best in the world are lined up on this Coral Island, which is also famous dive island. Magellan Parker, Punta Engano. The historical marker was erected in 1866 on the spot where the great explorer Ferdinand Magellan died. Magellan's Cross. This marks the spot where the first Christian Filipinos, Raho Mabon, Queen Juana, and about 400 of their followers were baptized by Father Pedro Valderrama. To protect the original cross, a hollow one made of tindalo wood was made to encase it. Malapascua Island. This 3-kilometer long, 1-kilometer wide island can be toured on one foot only about 2 hours. It has a white sand beach with crystal clear waters that are ideal for swimming and snorkeling. Malapascua Island. Walbal, 89 kilometers southwest of Cebu City. The name of the place means Bubbling Brook. Bubbling Brook means bumubulang batis. The next is Sinulog Festival. We are familiar with this festival kasi siya ay para yung lagi siyang sineselebrate at lagi siyang dahil dun sa isang Santo Niño. Fiesta Señora sa Sinulog, widely known as the most celebrated among Cebu's festival, is held in honor of the holy image of Señor Santo Niño de Cebu. Usually every third Sunday of January, people from all over covers to join as grand procession. Minsan yung ibang mga, kahit hindi siya taga Cebu, ay pumupunta siya sa Cebu para makiselebrate ng Sinulog. The Taoist Temple. This temple preserves the teachings of Lao Tse, the 600 BC Chinese philosopher. Every day, people climb in 99 steps to light just 6 and have their fortune read. And their famous delicacies is the dried mangoes, hopya, the suman budbud balinghoy, or sumang kamote, and bibingka. As you can see, siya ay parang familiar din siya sa atin dahil siya ay popular. And the third province is Negros Oriental, and the capital is Dumaguete City. Area and location, Negros Oriental has a total land area of 5,402 square kilometer. It occupies the southern portion of Negros Island in the Visayas. It is bounded in the north and west by Negros Occidental, on the east by Tanon Strait, and on the south by the Sulu Sea. The population of Negros Oriental is 1,350,913. Isa siya sa pinakamaraming population. Geographic profile. The terrain is characterized by low but serrated mountain ranges, most close to shoreline. The highest peak is that Mount Canlaon, near the town of Balejimoso, which is 2,465 meters high. Yung isang pinakamataas na bundok ay nasa Negros Oriental, which is Mount Canlaon. How to get there? From Manila, Negros Oriental is only an hour and 15 minutes away by plane and 30 hours away by ship. Flights from Cebu are also available, and several shipping lines services the route from other provinces in Visayas and Mindanao. Siya ay malayo dito sa Batangas. And their tourist spots is the Apo Island, Amlan. This volcanic islet, the site of the Simlan University Marine Conservation Park, one of the world's best. The water surroundings with a vast array of corals and other life. When we say team with a vast, it includes oceans and seas. The next is the Casaroro Waterfall, Valencia. Water cascades down a sheer 100-foot high cliff from a cold pool which is completely surrounded by huge rocks and trees that are home to a variety of flora and fauna. The next is Kasadian Festival. The Kasadian has been celebrated every year since 1950 to commemorate the establishment of the foundation universities. An extravagant Mardi Gras parade and elaborate production numbers mark the event, which is usually held on the second weekend of December. Kasadian Festival. This festival gives emphasis to the city's native delicacy. The next is Malatapay Seaside Market, Malaway, Zamboanguita. On Wednesday, farmers from the mountains and fishermen from the coast and nearby islands come to Malaway to sell their livestock, fresh fish, and other products. An open-air dining area gives customer a chance to sample their fresh foods. May free taste ng mga products. Sa Malatapay Seaside Market, Malaway, Zamboanguita. The next is Mount Talinis, dubbed as Cuernos de Negros of Horns of Negros. The mountains is a favorite among mountaineers and hikers. If you love hiking, Mount Talinis is perfect for you. The Mabinay Caves. According to the Dutch-Belgian team that explored this cave is second longest in the Philippines. It can only be entered through a hole in top. Sa Pilipinas ay maraming caves, but Mabinay Caves isa siya sa tinuturing na second longest cave in the Philippines. The next is Pulang Bato Falls. Pulang Bato is one of the series of 5 waterfalls in the midst of an elevated forest. It is said to have a reddish water. Pulang Bato Falls, as you can see in the picture, ang tubig niya ay mapula-pula, kaya siya tinawag na Pulang Bato or reddish water. Silliman University. Silliman is the first Protestant university in the Philippines. It was built in 1901 and named after its founder, Dr. Horace B. Silliman. The next is the Tanon Strait, eastern shore of Easter Island. Playful dolphins and several species of cetacean whales frequent this area, particularly along the shore of Bass Bay. Famous delicacies is lomi. The second one is peanut brittle. The third one is maruya and palitaw. As you can see, ang lomi nila ay kakaiba sa lomi ng Batangas. Ang kanilang ingredients ay Noodle soup dish, thick egg noodles with chicken, pork, shrimp, meatballs, cabbage, and carrots, sweet beaten egg, and cornstarch for thickening the soup. Ang atin naman ay meron siyang Shanghai, meron siyang atay, at meron siyang iba't ibang, at marami pang iba. And the last province is Siquijor. And the capital of Siquijor is Siquijor pa din. Area and location, the island province of Siquijor is the smallest of the 4 provinces in central Visayas, with a total land area of 343 square kilometers. It is bounded on the northwest by Negros Island, on the north by Cebu, and on the northeast by the island of Bohol. Ang Siquijor ay isa sa pinakamaliit na province. Geographic profile, the island's interior is generally hilly mountains, while narrow flood plains and deltas line in the coast. From November to April, the island has generally dry climate because of its location. It's protected from the full force of typhoon. So safe doon. How to get there? Siquijor, the provincial capital, can be reached by ferry boat from Cebu City in 8 to 9 hours, and from Dumaguete City in 1 of 2 hours. Chartered flights to the island are also available from these cities to the town of Kang Alwang, where a small airship is situated. And their tourist spots is the Bitang Cave. Bitang Cave is one of the numerous caves that the island of Siquijor. Although some locals have already explored the cave, very little is known about it. Para siyang nakakatakot na cave compared dun sa Mabinay Caves. The next is Bitaog Beach. This beach is endowed with light-colored sands and clear waters. Yan, parang siya ay natural white sand beaches and clear waters. The Cogbusaan Beach, Lilo and Maria. Large-grained white sands mixed with small coral rocks cover this 500-meter-long beach. Numerous limestone boulders are scattered along its length. The next is Calalinan Beach, Siquijor. This fine white sand beach stretches for about a kilometer along number of coves. During low tide, the beachfront widens 100 meters from where the coconut trees grow. A few feet from the beach are mossy rocks rising beneath the clear waters. The next is the Candanay Beach. A long stretch of white sand beach, large mossy rocks above the water a few feet from the shore. Kanghaling Cave, San Juan. From 3-meter wide entrance hangs a thick rope used to get the opposite wall, which can also be reached by walking along a 20-meter incline. Stalagmites and stalactites abound along the way. The next is Mount Bandilaan Camp Park. Mount Bandilaan is the highest peak in Siquijor. It has been declared forest sanctuary. On its slopes, there is butterfly sanctuary as well as the Stations of the Cross, which led to 3 giant crosses peak. The next is Sandugan Beach, Sandugan, Larena. This 1.5 kilometer long white sand beach is lined by alternating clusters of coconut trees and mangrove forest. Sulangon Beach, Sulangon, San Juan. This beach runs along the coast of Sulangon for about 1.5 kilometers. Its fine white sand extend for about 20 feet from relatively dense coconut plantation before meeting the flat mossy stones where the clear calm waters lie. The St. Francis de Assisi Parish Church and Convent. The walls of the church, 4-story bell tower, and the convent across the street are all made of large coral bricks. Siya ay yung parang simbahan siya ni St. Francis of Assisi. And their famous delicacies. Most of you, even me, are not familiar with the delicacies of Siquijor. The first one is the Sangkutsa, the Binasoy. And that's all. I hope you understand. Thank you and God bless.